Chrishaun and I'm the founder of moneywithdenay.com. It is a personal blog site dedicated to helping and inspiring you and others who are on their debt-free journey, or they're starting their new debt-free journey and they just need a little bit more of encouragement. I plan to use this channel on YouTube to serve as my monthly check-ins, to share my money wins, my money failures, and anything in between that I like to talk about on my journey. My challenge is to become debt-free by the age of 33. So back in 2018, early 2018, I learned about the FIRE community, or the FI community. FI stands for financially independent, and FIRE stands for financially independent, retire early. We all know what debt-free is. So debt-free community is just a community of individuals hoping to become debt-free at an early age and not trying to wait their entire lives to live debt-free. I learned about the FIRE, debt-free, FIRE, FI community back in 2018, but I really didn't understand or grasp, say, the concept of the FIRE movement and all of that for like 4 to 6 months. All of those ideas like completely went over my head. Learning about the FIRE community and the debt-free community was one of the most enlightening parts of my life. I was totally taken back, totally intrigued by people's stories of debt-free, of debt freedom, including people with regular jobs, regular income, people that look like me. Different types of people were getting out of debt. And I just really didn't know if it was for me. You know, a young, single, Black woman living on a single income in the city. You know, I was told that I would have debt forever. And then summer 2018 came around and I hit rock bottom. I was burnt out at work. I was highly stressed. I was highly frustrated with my money, my savings account. I was paying hundreds of dollars to debt, hundreds of dollars to the insurance market, hundreds of dollars to medical expenses on top of my day-to-day expenses, and I was not growing a savings account. I was not investing in my retirement, wasn't investing in my 401k. I didn't have any emergency savings. The worst part of it all was the fact that I was making more money than I ever made in my life. And when I say that, I've been out of college now for 6 years, and I've been able to consistently increase my income every year since graduating from college, because I've just been so aggressive with my career and really taking on challenges and trying to get promoted. So I'm great at making money or finding a way to make money. I am just not great managing that money. And I was broke. I was depressed. I was burnt out. And I wasn't even 30 yet. Y'all, to be honest, I am 29 years old. And I was dealing with all of these issues at 27 and 28 and rolling into 29. So some people would tell me like, oh, you're just stressed out because you're an overachiever, you're going at your career really hard. But I think the real reality for me is the fact that I was successful in my career, but I didn't feel like a success. And I felt like it had a lot to do with the debt that I was growing and the mismanagement of money that I was basically doing year after year after year after year after graduating from college. Next thing you know, I was in the hospital. Long story short, they diagnosed me with bipolar, depression, anxiety, and even IBS, which is irritable bowel syndrome. I was shocked. I told the doctor, I was like, are you kidding me? Like, are you kidding? Like, no. I don't have time for anxiety. I don't have time for depression, like, blah, blah, blah. You know, try to throw it off. But he really sat me down and he was like, this is a serious issue. These are the things that this is what you're dealing with right now. So tell me what's going on. Tell me how your life is, and blah blah blah. So we sat down and had a quick conversation about what I was going through, and I had nothing but positive things to say. I was like, oh, I'm living my best life. I have my own place. I'm making more money than I've ever done in my career. I'm in my dream job. I'm working for that company or that job that you've always wanted since high school or college or even as a kid. I was working at that job. Like, I was doing my thing in my career. And I even had a boyfriend. I had a new love in my life. Like, things were on the outside going really well. It's just on the inside, I was not mentally there. I get on Walgreens app and I look up, my prescriptions and looking at everything, seeing the side effects and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, good. And then I go look at the checkout and it was $500. Again, I don't have a savings account. I'm spending all this money every month on bills. And I'm just thinking, what? I stopped everything that I was doing. I went back and read those side effects again. And then I went online and did some Googling and realized that this wasn't for me. This is not for me. How am I going to pay $500 a month or every so often to get prescriptions for anxiety? And I don't even know like what the underlying issue is. I don't even know what's going on right now in my life. I literally just made a decision. It was like, you know what? I'm not getting on medicine. One, I don't have the money, and no, I'm not doing it. And I need to figure out what's going on. I need to get myself together. And I just started Googling, started researching, mental illness and anxiety and millennials. And then it took me, the main thing that popped up was debt. And finally, it's like all of the things that led me up to that moment finally made sense. I was like, this is the reason why I am stressed out, the reason why I'm not happy, the reason why I am going through these mental issues and things. And when I finally realized where I was in life and what I was doing with my finances, I immediately knew that I wanted no part of it. I decided to get out of debt and not just get out of one debt, like completely just get rid of it. And so far, I'm just going to be honest with you, it's been draining, it's been tiring, but oh my gosh, it's been so fulfilling, so eye-opening, and I'm just so happy I made the decision to start this debt-free journey. That's all for now. Later. I want to say later, money team, but I guess I messed up.